welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Maya, and in today's video we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. So we're going to be doing not like one of the traditional ones necessarily. We're literally just going to be doing where I start at a time today and then I end at that time tomorrow, and I'm going to sleep because I want to, but we're going to read and we're just going to prioritize reading. So if I'm doing anything that I can't read a physical book, I'm going to read an audiobook. I have a digital book, I have physical, all of them. Actually, for this one, we just have physical and audio, but I guess we can explain why, because Maya's crazy. I literally finished filming my getting out of a reading slump video yesterday, and today I decided, literally, I knew I was going to do this 24-hour readathon this weekend. I've been deciding this for like the past 2 weeks, but I kind of decided this morning that I was going to read a specific thing, make this a themed video, reading a series. Said series is Shatter Me. So, if you guys have been following along, I have read Shatter Me. I've read both of these novellas, and I've read this. That is all I have read from the series. We're starting over. We're gonna start here, and we're gonna go until we're done. So, we're gonna see, basically, how much of the Shatter Me series can I read in 24 hours. And if I can read them all. I don't think I'm gonna be able to read them all. I think realistically, I could probably read the original series and not this. But our goal is to read as many as possible in the next 24 hours. Because I don't like not knowing. I'm having FOMO because I want to know what happens. Guys, I'm sick of not knowing anymore. So we're going to read as much of it as we can for 24 hours. Is this the best idea that I just got out of a reading slump and I'm about to sit down and try and just read a whole series in like one sitting? No. But I never said I made good ideas, okay? Made good decisions or had good ideas, okay? So, we're gonna try and read as much of the Shatter Me series as I can. Now, it is currently like 11 a.m. I was gonna start this at noon. I might start it a little earlier. It depends. I have to go edit a couple TikToks that I just filmed. I just finished redoing my bookshelf, so I just filmed like the intro, outro of a lot of videos, and then also TikToks and stuff. So, I'm gonna go edit that stuff. And then we'll see what time it is. But my goal is to start at noon and read from noon today to noon tomorrow and see how much of the Shatter Me series we can go. So I do have audiobooks of, oh my gosh, not the first one. I don't have an audiobook of this one or this one, I don't think. I have an audiobook of these two, and then of, I think, one of these novellas. I think, and maybe that one. I don't know. I have a couple audiobooks in case I need them, but we're gonna start, obviously, with Shatter Me, my very destroyed copy of Shatter Me, but we're gonna start by reading this and see how many of these we can get through, because FOMO. Awful, so sorry. Don't want to set the camera up anywhere else because this is just where I'm filming real quick to give you guys an update. I started reading at 1:30 and it is now like 4:30. We are on page 198. I've read this much, so I've got this much left. So I'm a little over halfway through the book so far and having fun, definitely liking it. We are going to do spoiler sections and non-spoiler sections, so this is gonna be my spoiler-free little clip of me talking about what I've read so far in this book, and then at the end of the video I think I'm gonna put in spoiler clips of me talking about all the stuff because it's a series, so I'm gonna have to talk about spoilers. But for those of you who don't know, most people know what Shatter Me is, but for those of you who don't know, we're following our main character Juliet, who, I'll just read the back so that I know I'm not saying anything. No one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal, but the re-establishment has plans for her. Plans to use her as a weapon, but Juliet has plans of her own. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovering a strength to fight back for the very first time, and to find a future with the one boy she thought she'd lost forever. So, basically, we start this book, and she is in a room, locked up by herself, and then it's like, hey, you're getting a cellmate. And then this cellmate comes in, and it's this guy, and his name is Adam. We're following Juliet, Adam, and then there is Warner, who is another character in this book. Everybody knows these characters' names, okay? Basically, we're following, it's major dystopian, but she has a power where when she touches people, I don't really know the science behind her power. I don't know if it's going over my head or if they haven't really fully talked about it yet, but when people touch her, when she touches people, it like kills them. Like, it's almost like a draining of a life force type of thing, I think, is what it appears to be. And so she can't touch people, and people can't touch her. And so the reestablishment, which is what like the new government type of thing is in the world, is trying to use her as a weapon, as a torture method, as all of this, and she does not want that, obviously. So when we meet Juliet, she's very timid, very calm and quiet, and then as we've gone through, she's gotten bolder. She said some things, and I underlined something, and I don't know where it is in this book, and I'm not gonna be able to find it now, so that's sad. But oh, there it is. Yeah, she said some things. She's feisty. So yeah, that's pretty much, I don't know, it's weird reading about these characters knowing what I know happens, because I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, how do my thoughts change on these people so much? Because like, I know my thoughts change on these people so much. How? I guess we'll wait and see how it progresses, because like, I know it's just like how it actually happens over time. So now I'm gonna go and talk about my spoilers, because I have a bunch of those actually. It's been a while. I look crazy. I showered, so my hair's drying, and I'm just leaving it be. Also, if you see any dirt on my pajamas, pretend you don't. The dog decided that he was gonna go in the backyard and try and dig and then jump on me. So, that was great. It is about to be 10 p.m. It's like 9:40, so we've got like 20 minutes, but it's almost 10, which means we've officially been reading for about 8.5 hours. Not bad. Pretty good. Pretty great. And I have been actually reading almost the whole time. So I sat and pretty much straight read all of Shatter Me. We've already kind of talked about that, but I have finished it, so I'll talk about my thoughts on the ending of it. And then we sat, and as soon as I finished that, I sat and I read Destroy Me. And then what did I do after that? Then I got the audiobook, because I was a little tired of actually like little reading words on paper. So I grabbed the audiobook for Unravel Me, and I have read Unravel Me. I'm actually already halfway through. I think I'm exactly halfway through the book, I think is what Libby said. But then I started the audiobook for this, and I ate dinner, did some social media stuff, like figuring out what I need to work on tomorrow after I'm done with this, and also making sure I'm getting the clips that I need for this video, the TikTok, all the posts that I'm doing for this. And then I played Roblox because I was bored and I didn't want to read, you know, like open and focus on the words. I wanted to listen to it. And then I went and I showered. So not bad. Also, I don't know if I said dinner. We did dinner. So that is where we are right now. So I'm gonna give you guys the last, oh, that book just fell. Let me grab that. I'm gonna give you guys the last spoiler-free update of this video, which is for Shatter Me. Let me lift you guys up a little bit. You're a little low down. Hi. We're on the same page now. This is the last spoiler-free part of this video for you guys. Every one from here is gonna have spoilers in it because it's building up off of this book, but I finished Shatter Me. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I think I gave it a higher rating last time. This time I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Also, this book is so beat up. Like, it came from a used bookstore, already damaged, and then I've had it for like so many years that it's just destroyed. I want a new copy of this one, but it's fine. So, I will say for this, I don't love the romance. I know things change eventually. I think that people are obsessed with the romance in this, and I think I know what happens, like, spoiler-wise, but I don't love the romance in this book. Like, I don't get it. I don't connect with it. It bothers me, and it might bother me because I know things, but, like, it bothers me. It feels like it moves too fast. It feels like things are way too intense, way too quickly, and so the romance subplot in this book bothers me. That's one of my reasons for bumping it down a little bit, because I think even without knowing what I know, it would still, at this stage in my reading journey, it would still bother me just how fast it is, because I'm not an insta-love person. Instant attraction, I get it. Like, in those romance books, the person looks at the other person and they're like, oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. Attracted to you. Great. But saying I've been in love with you forever since they, like, literally didn't start talking until 2 weeks before, that bothers me. So, that is a down point for this book. But, saying that, I love the book. Like, the actual, the purpose of the book, the plot of the book, the theming of the book, I love it. So, like, the dystopian vibes, I love that this world feels different. Like, I feel like for Shatter Me, I would relate it more towards almost Divergent vibes, where it's, like, that type of a world for Divergent. Like, how Divergent and a little bit of the Hunger Games-ish vibes, where, like, it's split up into these different sections and everything is run in this ultra dystopian world where, like, it's run by this corrupt government. That's where I get this. And so I do love the world. I love the writing, just, like, the wording of things, the way that she describes. I run a book channel and I'm not great at describing things, but her version of, like, describing, like, there's this bird in it. Like, there's this whole, it follows through multiple of the books so far, all the ones that I've read, but there's this bird, and just the ways that she describes this bird and the ways that she describes the world around them, and it's so cool. And so just her writing, I love her writing. I don't know, this is a basic thing about these books, is I love the crossing out of things, like how our main character will say things and then cross them out. Love that, because it's like you're literally in her head. Like, you can feel her thoughts, you can see her thoughts being written out on this paper. I love all the characters that we met so far in this one. I'm trying to think, because now I'm on the second one. And then just how this one ended was very intriguing to me, because we're definitely getting into, like, the next phase of it when this one ends. And I feel like we're still in the same phase as this one ending as we are in that one now, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. I am definitely a fan of this. Definitely see myself enjoying this whole series. Book 1 is just not my favorite, and I know book 1's not everybody's favorite anyways. I know that the other ones are more, so I don't know which one's people's favorite, actually. I think Ignite Me is one of a lot of people's favorite, and Restore Me maybe, but I don't know. But I really liked it. I've been rambling for 6 minutes about how I really like this book with no spoilers. But now we're gonna get into the spoiler section. So if you guys don't want to hear any spoilers about any of these books, you haven't read any farther than this one, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. I don't want you to get upset, so bye-bye. Now, only people who are ready for spoilers for Shatter Me, right? Okay, so I did a clip earlier where I did a spoiler clip, and I'm gonna delete it because I didn't like it. Let me actually start a new clip so that whenever I edit this, I know. So, I have things written down. Where are they? Right here. Right, okay. 1, it's weird reading this, knowing what happens. So, like, I know these characters in this book, right? I talked about the romance. I know that she doesn't end up with Adam. I know that she ends up with Aaron. Also, does she even know that yes, she knows his name is Aaron, right? I don't know. I know she doesn't end up with Adam. I know she ends up with Warner. And so just, I don't know, I don't like Adam. And like, I know I don't like Adam in the future, but like, I don't like Adam. Like, I don't like him at all. He's gross, he's ew, he's bothering me. And I don't know why, he just is. And then like, knowing that I'm eventually like Warner is like it makes me not dislike him too much, you know? Like, I don't dislike him as much as I feel like I should. Like, I get his character. So I don't know. And then also just her writing, the way that she can make us feel the way we do about characters in this one, and then change our opinions on these characters so drastically throughout the whole series. That just amazes me in general. I'm reading my notes, guys. Also, again, the feelings, they just too fast. They bothered me so bad. Like, I've loved you forever. She literally said that on page 177. That's like halfway through the first book. How can you, how? I don't know. Ew. Girl, calm down. Slow down. You're a teenager. Calm down. And then chapter 27, I put a bad word down. I'm not gonna say it. But stuff happens. Stuff went down in chapter 27. Because I think that's the one where, yeah, chapter 27 is the one where they escape. Adam and Juliet escape from wherever it's called. I don't know what it was called. Sector, whatever. I don't love the romance. And I think that's all I have for this book. Pretty much. I will say it was definitely interesting ending the book with how did it even end? I just realized oh no, I did. I reread the epilogue. Okay. This one ended with them ending up at the whatever it's called, the place with the other people with special abilities. You know what I'm talking about if you've read this. But it ends with them there. So at this point we know that Warner can touch her. We know that Adam can touch her. We know that she touched Kenji. We know that Kenji has power. We know that there's a bunch of other people in this building. A lot of stuff's happening at the end of this book, okay? It leaves you there and it's just like, yeah, there you go. And then you're stuck. And then we start this book right here. So this is the bind up of the two. So we read Destroy Me, which is a 111-page novella in Warner's POV. So that was interesting just in general. Oh, he's the leader of Sector 45. That's where they were. Right. So this is where you start to see Warner. This is where you start to like not fully dislike him. You start to be like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. Maybe he's okay. And I think if I've read both of these. I think if I'm remembering correctly, Destroy Me is where you start to get to know Warner and you're like, wait, he's kind of cute, kind of like him. Fracture Me is where you don't like Adam because it's in Adam's point of view. I think I'm right. I think I'll be back later when I read it. But basically, Destroy Me, we're following Warner in the aftermath of Juliet shooting him in the arm and Juliet and Adam hightailing it out of there. And his dad shows up and he's under all this pressure. But you get to kind of know him. You get to know his relationship with his lieutenant. You get to know him. He finds Juliet's journal and starts to get to know Juliet and starts to understand her brain more, and you see him have sympathy like this. He starts to feel for her and feel what she's going through, and it was amazing. And so that is where this one left us. Very quick, read it, and then I picked up the audiobook for this, and we are halfway through this book now, and let me tell you, I'm enjoying it. Okay, okay, so there are parts in this book where, again, still just don't like Adam. He's ill. Juliet infuriates me in parts of this book because she, like, I get it. I really do. Like, I try and put myself into her perspective. She's what, 17? She's 17. She has this ability to literally touch someone and kill them. She has just discovered that she also has the ability to destroy, like, straight up destroy everything. That's terrifying. And now she's here. She just found out that the guy that she was dating is starting to now feel her touch and it hurts him. So she just pushed him away. And so, like, I understand it. I do. I get it. I get her. She's young. She's got all this stuff happening at once. It's a lot. I understand it, but at the same time, it's a little like, girl, see what's happening around you, right? Like, so I'm back and forth on that. I definitely see her character growing though. Like, I can see it already. It's progressing. She's maturing and she's developing her strength. So like, liking that. Also, my lines right here. Kenji is right. That's it. Just Kenji is right. Okay? Because I'm sorry. I was listening to this audiobook smiling so big because I love it when the supposed comedic side character just like comes up to one of these main characters and is like, listen to me, and gives a whole freaking rant and like he told her what was up. Okay? Like, he's right. Being dangerous and wanting to hurt someone are two different things. Like, she is dangerous. She is. She can literally touch someone and kill them. She's dangerous. But that doesn't mean she wants to hurt people because she's dangerous. And that's what he's trying to get into her head. Is you are dangerous. You are powerful. You're never not gonna be. Like, it's part of you. You have to embrace it or you're gonna live a miserable life. And I kind of love that for him. So, loving Kenji. Kind of scared though that I'm loving Kenji because why make me love characters? Because how many books there are? Tahereh Mafi I. I'm pretty sure this is the last book I read. So I think Shatter Me is the last one I read from this series. So after this book, I'm lost. But we just got to where Warner is supposed to be shooting Juliet. Yeah, we're on chapter 36. And Warner's dad has her... Basically, they were invited to the meeting. Juliet was invited to the meeting. He doesn't know that the other two are there. He might know that the other two are there, but haven't come up in here yet. And Warner is there with his dad. And his dad is telling him to shoot her. That's where we are. So, a lot's happening. And I think my goal is to finish this tonight and then be done for the night. And then tomorrow when we wake up, we'll pick up Shatter Me and Ignite Me. So, we're about 8.5 hours into this. I think my goal is to be done by midnight tonight so I can go to bed. The dog will wake me up at 7 a.m. and then I'll get right back to reading. I have Ignite Me on audiobook as well, and then I have the next set of novellas on audiobook. So, we'll see what happens, but I'm going to sit here and read a little bit more of this and see what happens. I'm gonna read, not like audiobook read. Read with my eyeballs until I can't anymore. How did I forget that? How did I forget that they're brothers? Or at least that Adam is Anderson's son. I forgot completely. Also, I love that Kenji and Juliet are bonding so much. And that Juliet just showed her power so much. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. It's 2 p.m. I did wake up at 7 a.m. I did, okay? And I let the dog out, and then I laid on the couch, and my head was pounding so bad, it wasn't even funny. So I was like, no, I'm gonna let myself take a nap on the couch real quick before I start reading again, before I do anything, just try and let my head cool down. And next thing I knew, it was noon. So, needless to say, I missed out on a lot of reading time, and it's been 24 hours now. But we're not going to finish this here, okay? We're going to keep going. Because if I would have stayed awake at 7, I would have finished Ignite Me. And so, we're going to keep going. But I figured I would do an update. Since I think the last update we did, I had read this, I had read Destroy Me, and I had read half of Unravel Me. Now, I have finished Unravel Me, I have read Shatter Me, and I am, I think, about 20% into Ignite Me. So, let's do a little update. Obviously, spoilers, guys, okay? I'm just gonna keep saying it every update because I don't want people to be mad at me. So I finished Unravel Me. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I don't remember reading the second half of this book the first time. I think about the 50% mark, that's when I stopped remembering what was happening and everything felt new. So like a lot of stuff went down. First off, the whole Adam dad thing. Adam and Warner's, they're brothers. From where we are right now, they're brothers. That's crazy. Okay, first off, whoa. Second, sorry, my ear is bothering me, guys, so bad. Second, why, okay, so second, they took Warner, brought him back to the base. Warner has powers, which I kind of assumed already just from the other stuff, but he can feel people's emotions and he can take powers from people. So like if you touch him, he can harness your power. That's insane. Double whammy right there. What happened after that? I had a line underlined in here and I just saw it for a second and now I'm curious as to what it was. After that, we had Warner was at the base. She was trying to get the information out of him. She got it out of him. They were talking and everything. They started bonding, which was cutesy. And then I think we ended this one with, did we? Let me just see if I can figure this out. Okay, yeah, so we ended this one with, she was captured by Anderson and he shot her in the chest, and Warner had the healers, I cannot remember both of their names. They both start with S's. Warner had the healers heal her using him because they couldn't touch her. So, right? Yeah. So he had them touch him and he healed Sonia and Sarah and he healed her so that she didn't die. And then we ended with her saying that the gloves are coming off. She's ready to fight. Okay, so she's ready. And then we went into this book right here, Fracture Me, which is where I decided I really don't like Adam. Like, I get it. I really do. I understand him. Okay, I do. I get that he's all about protecting his brother and everything, but he's a bit, not selfish, but like, the fact that he's trying to dictate what everybody else does just to protect his brother bothers me. Like, I understand wanting to protect your little brother. I get that. Like, I fully understand it. I support him in that. But, like, him trying to dictate what every other person does involving Juliet bothered me. But we went through that. It was basically, we just followed Adam and his side of everything that happened. And then in the end, they find out that Juliet's dead. Which she's not, but, you know. They find out that Juliet's dead. And then also I read Juliet's journal in the back of this. But that is where we left off with those books. And now I am reading Ignite Me, which is the third book. And I think this is the last book in the original trilogy. So this should be pretty much the conclusion of what the main plot is. And then I think the other ones evolve into other things. Not positive. I don't really know the history of this whole series, but basically we are now with Juliet and Warner and they are together. Basically Warner is ready to team up with her. Well, Warner was trying to get her to just disappear and then she was like, I'm ready to fight, and he was like, finally you're ready to fight, thank you. Like, come on girl, get with the program. So now he's helping her fight. However they're gonna fight. I don't know fully. My head is still not here, so I'm only half obtaining things. I'm trying to lock in, guys. It feels better now, so I'm trying to lock in. But we are now with them. Also, this is like my favorite book cover. Look at how pretty it is. But we're with them and we're with Delalu, I think is how you say his name. He's helping them now and he's defending Warner. We're learning what actually happened in all these scenes that we saw in like the first book with Warner and him being a bad guy. We're learning what was actually happening and not what just she thought was happening from her perspective and from what everybody was telling her. So we're learning that he's really not that bad of a guy. Like, the dude he killed in the first book was literally abusing his family and his kids and his wife, and then the whole simulation thing was all in her head. Like, it didn't actually happen. And we're just learning all these things and I'm kind of loving it. Also, we're seeing how much he cares about the people and like protecting the people, and how he doesn't agree with his dad's opinion on if one person's a traitor, you kill the whole family. he doesn't agree with that stuff, and we're learning all of that. So we're getting to really know Aaron's character, and I really love that. Also, last night I said she knew his name was Aaron. She didn't until that next page that I read, but now she knows his name is Aaron, and now we're getting to know his character, and we're getting to know her character, and we're building them both up together, and I love it. So I'm gonna go lay on the couch and I'm gonna finish this, and when I finish this, we will be done with the 24 hours. Technically it's already been 24 hours, but I'm gonna let myself finish this and then we'll be done. Okay, so I will see you guys when I am done, probably, with this book. Okay, 50% update real quick. We're at like 57% through the book. Two little notes I have. One, the fact that Adam was trying to be like all controlling of her and like dictate what happened, and then Warner is there and chuckles when she says that Kenji is her best friend. That got me. That shows the difference in men there, and you know which one I like better in that situation. And then also I just really don't like Adam. Like, I don't. Like, I was like, maybe we'll like him. No, I don't like him. I don't enjoy his character right now. I don't. Love Kenji still. Kenji's still top tier. Julia is definitely growing. Love her. And then Aaron, loving him. Can't wait to see the character growth there still. Also, definitely see the hype in the possible romance that's coming up. Also, like that it's taken a pause, that the romance is like paused for a second because there's so much going on. Like, guys, there's so much going on. So I'm gonna go finish this. Just wanted to give you guys my thoughts before I forgot them. Okay, we have officially reached the end of this video, this chaos video. I feel like this was all over the place. Thank you guys if you're still here watching, putting up with the chaos that I have caused. But this was supposed to be a 24-hour readathon. It ended up being just like a weekend readathon, really. Like, just I spent the whole weekend reading. I do still have a migraine right here. It feels like someone is stabbing a needle into my head right here. So that's great. But I finished, and that's all that matters, okay? Because I really did have a great time, and I'm happy I finally finished this original part of the series. I'm gonna keep going. Not in this video, obviously. I'm gonna keep going and read the rest of these, but we did finish all of this section of the series. So let's recap what we have done. I'm not gonna recap all the books because I did that like this morning, but Shatter Me, we read first day, I think in about 4-ish hours. And then we picked up Destroy Me, and I read it in like an hour-ish. And then I picked up Unravel Me, and I read 80% last night, 20% this morning, and enjoyed it. I will go over my readings. And then I did Fracture Me in like an hour, and then I just finished this book. This book took me all day to read just because I kept having to take breaks, and I took like 3 naps today. But overall, great experience reading these. I knew I wasn't gonna finish the whole series in 24 hours. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna finish these books in 24 hours, and I technically didn't, but I think I almost would have. Like, I think I would have made it probably to like 80% through this book before the time was up, so I would have finished it anyways. But let's talk ratings. First one, 3 stars. These two, I'm just gonna put them both of these are gonna get 3 stars each, just because novellas I never really rate above a 3-star unless it was like, oh my gosh, earth-breaking, world-shattering, words. So 3 stars for both of these. This one is gonna get, I think, I don't know, I'm between 3 and 4 for this one. This one's 4 stars. This one I think I'm gonna give 3.5 to round out these 4, technically 5 books. So where did we leave you guys? I left you at 50% through Ignite Me, right? Right. So I left you with my thoughts on Adam and my thoughts on Warner and my thoughts on Kenji, okay? So things changed, okay? Still love Warner, still love Kenji. Don't hate Adam as much anymore, okay? The ending of this book definitely made it to where you don't dislike him as much. Like, I'm still not the biggest fan of him. He needs to do some redemptions, but like, I understand him, you know? So like, he's okay. But I'm sorry, everything that happened was crazy, and at the same time I can't remember what happened. Like, I just finished it literally like right before I came and sat down to film this clip. But Juliet, bad B, go her. She's a girl boss. She's so powerful. Hello. Do love, I was a little worried we weren't going to conclude it, but I was like, oh, we have to. The brother thing, we did conclude that. All the brothers, well, not all the brothers, James doesn't know, but the older two brothers know that they're brothers, so that's great that we did conclude that. And I love how Warner and Adam actually handled it. Like, Adam was a little bit of a jerk about it in the beginning, but I love how Warner just like accepted it and like understood, okay, I know what my dad was like, so I know what that was like for him probably too. So he held back a little bit of his judgment, and now he wants to try. Like, the fact that Warner was the one who was like, I want to try and have a relationship with my brothers, that was great. I love that we finally got Sonia and Sarah back, because they were just kind of there. We literally just left them this whole book, didn't even talk about them. Guys, they're okay though, and that's all that matters. I love how everybody just like, they formed this found family, and like, I definitely didn't feel the found family as much in this book as I do in some other like fantasy series books, but I feel like you'll see it more as you go through those too. But I definitely loved the Kenji and Juliet relationship, their closeness. I love just how even in the chaos moments you got their comedic moments with it. Like, they were literally sneaking onto the ship and he's just focused on the fact that she grabbed his leg instead of his arm. Like, dude, she just took out like what, 200 soldiers, and you're focused on the fact that she's holding your leg. So I love that she added in those comedic moments. I'm definitely intrigued to see how it ends. Also, I don't know if they ever talk about the dude again, the dude with the sound waves. Is that just like a one-off, or does he come back? Because I feel like he just kind of was there. There's no explanation of who he was. I was like, maybe he's one of the ones and they took him and they didn't talk about how they took him, and they'll talk about it when she goes, no, they never talked about it. Who is he? I don't know. So I guess we'll see when I read those. But overall, a great series. Understand why people love this series. I really do. It's not one of my favorite series in the world, but I love it. Like, genuinely, seeing her character grow through all of them was my favorite part. Her character and Kenji. Okay, just Kenji. But watching Juliet's character grow from page 1 of this, first few chapters of this, not even talking to Adam when he goes into the cell because she is scared, to in the end she's like stinking shoving 200 plus people off of a ship with her brain. Love that character development there. And also I love how she slowly, like, she made characters that aren't lovable, but I don't know how to put that. I guess she made relatable characters. Not every character in the series is like, oh my gosh, I love them, they're so great, they're so amazing, and they all just understand what the characters are going through, they all support. No, they fought. These characters argued with each other. These characters talked some common sense into each other. They had deep conversations. Like, Kenji told it how it was. Like, yes, was he the comedic character on the side? Yeah. But also, he was the backbone of that community. And he told Juliet when she was being stupid. He told Adam when he was being stupid. Like, that. I love that they put those moments in. It's not just like, everybody's nice to each other, everybody's so sweet. No, guys, that's not how it works. In high stress situations, you're gonna argue with people. That's how it is. Even if they're like your best friend, you're gonna argue with them. It's what stress causes. So overall, great start to this series. This was about the first half, probably. Yeah, this was like the first half of the series. And we ended up with 3 stars, 3.5 stars, and 4 stars. Overall, pretty great. Definitely this one's my favorite. I will say I didn't love the romance in the first few books, and so the romance in the third one was better, and also how they handled the romance in the third one I feel was better, because I feel like in the other two it was just very rushed, very like they talk about it in the book. It was very convenient. Like the relationship was, oh my gosh, you're here, so we're gonna be together. And so I like that in this one they made it to where it's her choice. Like she picked who she picked because she can, not because she had to. And so overall, I had a great time reading these, even with this video being so chaotic. And then I think I might do a video reading all of these too. But let me know if you guys like to see that, a video of me reading all of these. It'll probably just be one video with all of these in it. And I'm sorry about how chaotic this was. Future editing Maya is gonna hate me for this video because I don't know what clips to use where and when. But thank you guys for watching, for putting up with this chaos. Like, subscribe, and comment down below what your thoughts are on the Shatter Me series. And if you guys want me to do a video reading these up here. And I will see you all next time. Bye!